Construction on the border wall continues. Find out why.
Stay ahead of emergencies with Eagle Alert. We have the details.
And a tune-filled and fun-filled event this weekend in Denton.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
What a difference a day makes. 24 hours ago, we were under dark skies and a severe thunderstorm warning, and then the rain came.
Tonight's clear skies and cooler temperatures are finally giving us the break we need from the record-breaking summer heat. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Grant Greenlee.
And I'm Isabella Quintanilla. Tonight's clear skies came with a price, however. Thunder, lightning, and heavy rain caused flash flooding in parts of North Texas, and some areas were even hit with small hailstones.
In Frisco, the weather caused serious damage and injured 2 people at last night's FC Dallas game. You can see the torrential rain that hit the Frisco Stadium as fans scurried for cover. The heavy winds whipped through the stadium's area and sent anything not tied down flying in the air. The wind hit the Toyota sign on the stadium, and the O that you see here was blown away. It ended up in the stands and actually grazed a fan. An 8-year-old child was also injured, but was treated for non-threatening injuries. As you might suspect, the actual game between FC Dallas and the Colorado Rapids was postponed.
Thankfully, no one was severely injured at the stadium last night.
Let's check in with our weather anchor, Cade Klein, for his input on this. Cade, what's up with this weather?
Well, Grant, we did get a lot of severe storms last night, as we hoped for, but today it's actually looking quite nice. As we look at our current conditions right now, it is partly cloudy with a mix of sun and clouds. Temperature's going to be 79 degrees, feeling like 82 with brisk winds of 11 miles per hour. But as we look toward tonight, it's going to cool down a lot. The temperature's going to be 60 degrees, feeling like 58 with winds of 6 miles per hour and a clear sky. And as we look toward tomorrow, things are going to heat up again to the mid 80s, thankfully not the 90s. Going to be a temperature of 85, feeling like 86 with wind speed of 9 miles per hour and bright and sunny. That's all I have for weather right now, but stay tuned for your 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Cade. Now, by sheer coincidence, yesterday, the Federal Emergency Management Agency held a nationwide test on all wireless devices. The test ensures that in the case of an actual emergencies, officials know information can reach everyone. These emergency alert systems are vital to everyone's safety, and here at UNT, our system is known as an Eagle Alert.
If you're a student or faculty member here at UNT, then you've probably gotten what is known as an Eagle Alert. This is an alert specific to UNT's campuses in the case of severe weather, school closure, or an active emergency.
So there's a couple of different ways or situations that will send out an Eagle Alert. The first would be any kind of active threat, if that was like any kind of violence occurring on property. Now, usually those ones are sent out by UNT Police. We partner with them. They have a second set of the buttons that we have here. They usually will do that, but we back them up. For severe weather, we're the primary, so we would notify for that.
To get these alerts out as soon as possible, the Emergency Operations Center has a set of buttons for each campus and type of emergency that they press anytime they need to reach anyone on campus.
So it'll be a text, it'll be a phone call, so there's audio. For those that may not be able to see a message on their phone, they'll get a phone call as well as an email. If somebody's sitting at their desk, they'll see an email pop up, as well as if they're sitting at their desk or if they're in front of any screen that's owned by UNT or on the UNT network like these, it will a big red bar will go across it and it'll flash a message. It's the same message you'll see in the text message, which will say, "Attention, Eagle Alert. This is a tornado warning has been issued for our campus. Please seek shelter now." It will always come with some kind of action. They want you to actually do something. We're not just telling you to tell you. We want to make sure you know what should you be doing right now.
UNT tests their Eagle Alert 5 times a year to make sure all of their systems work and everyone's contact information is up to date.
We will test Frisco and Denton campus separately, and then we will try a different method. So like one month we'll use our phone app, make sure that works. 1 month we'll hit the button here, 1 month we'll hit the button at the police, 1 month we'll use the desktop. So we do a different method of activation every time as well.
To update your contact information, log into your UNT Systems page, go to Personal Details, and then Contact Details.
We think more information is better than less information, and so we try to front load information early and make sure people can make informed decisions.
For more information on emergency warnings and alerts, you can visit their website at emergency.unt.edu or check them out on social media at Mean Green Ready.
Well, Isabella, we certainly needed that eagle alert last night, but tonight is a great night to be outdoors.
Indeed. In fact, it's a great night for some beautiful music, and ntTV's April Purdant is out there right now with all the toe-tapping sounds. April?
Well, thank you guys. As you can't tell, today is such a nice and beautiful day outside, and it looks like you can go out to a nice picnic and enjoy some live music. Tonight kicks off the 30th annual Twilight Tunes. That's going to happen here in Denton, Denton's Wolf Park. And as you can't see right here behind me, we have the famous jazz band called Fingerprints. So they're playing some nice jazz music that a lot of the Denton people are enjoying. The park will be hosting performances here every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. They'll be bringing different performances of different local artists, and it's just going to be lots of fun and entertaining for family and friends. And well, I hope you guys can catch me right after the show here. I'll be enjoying some live music. But for now, back to the studio.
Thanks, April. Now we know there's a lot to do in Denton, but the city is making some changes and they want your input.
And find out where you can register to vote before it's too late. Stick with us.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon.
Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not your
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
The Biden administration is waiving dozens of federal laws to allow additional border wall construction in South Texas. This comes as the crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border continues to overwhelm shelters and cities. CNN's Mike Valerio has the latest.
Hundreds of migrants caught on camera rushing past Mexican authorities with their goal in their sights, American soil in El Paso, Texas.
As long as the United States continues to open the doors of its border and exceptionally allow passage to some groups, families, minors, vulnerable people, it is a call for more migrants to come.
Days after Texas Governor Greg Abbott ramped up his migrant busing operation, New York City officials say they are recording significant increases in the number of migrants arriving. The mayor is on a 4-day trip to Latin America, where he's expected to try to dissuade migrants from coming.
We want to make sure that we have a great level of transparency of the challenges that we are facing so that people can manage their expectations.
With busloads of migrants arriving in Chicago, the mayor says he'll be making a trip to the border to witness the crisis firsthand.
The failure of federal policies is now impacting the people of Chicago in a very dramatic way.
Citing, quote, high illegal entry, the Biden administration will waive 26 laws to build additional border barriers in the Rio Grande Valley.
The border wall, the money was appropriated for the border wall. I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't, they wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriated. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Now, Grant, how long have you been living in Denton?
Ooh, I'd say about 3 years. Yeah. It's definitely a booming town.
Oh, for sure. It is indeed. And it's showing no signs of stopping. ntTV's James Peeler is out in Denton with more about potential changes coming to Denton. James?
Thanks, guys. Well, Denton's a growing town. we've gone from a small little community to the 6th largest college town in the United States. And with that growth must come change. If you find yourself on the square soon, you'll see this sign. The City of Denton is updating its downtown and wants to hear from you. So if you see a sign like this, scan the QR code and tell them what you want to see on the square. Voting closes on October 20th. Denton's been building more residential and retail and dining spaces, but if you want to make your voice heard, there will be a booth this weekend at the Arts and Jazz Festival. That's all from me. Back to y'all at the studio.
Thanks, James. And one other way to help make changes in Denton and any place you live is to vote. The deadline for voter registration is next Tuesday. That's October 10th. You are eligible to vote in Texas if you are a United States citizen, a resident of Texas, and will be 18 years old by this election year. Here at UNT, we have an election poll looking at the Gateway Center in room 52 for both early voting and on actual election day. Early voting begins on October 23rd and election day is November 7th.
2023 could be the hottest year in the history of the world. At least that's what new data from a global climate watchdog agency that has been keeping records since 1940 says. Records have been breaking all over the globe as the last 4 months have been some of the hottest on record. This past September was the hottest one ever documented, beating the previous hottest September that was reported in 2020 by an incredible 0.5 degrees Celsius or 0.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Records were also being beaten at sea this semester as ocean temperatures hit the second highest they've ever been in any month.
Well, Grant, I could have told you it was the hottest year without any data backing it up.
And I guarantee you it will only keep getting worse. But for now, the weather is actually cooling down. Let's check with our weather anchor, Cade Klein, to see if that is the case. Cade?
Thanks, Grant. But as you can see across North Texas, it's pretty much the same. Got high 70s and low 80s, with Graham, Fort Worth, and Dallas being 80 degrees. But as we look across the regional map, we got most of the same temperatures. Again, high 70s, low 80s. But I want to point out that El Paso is at a hot 85, and Shreveport is at a cool 72. But as we look toward your 7-day forecast here, we're going to see more of the same, starting with the weekend. Saturday is going to be a high of 74, low of 47, so make sure if you're going out at night, make sure you wear the appropriate clothing. Sunday through Tuesday, we're also going to see sunny skies, highs in the mid to upper 80s and lows in the high to mid 60s. Wednesday is going to be a mix of sun and clouds, high of 89, low of 67. And then on Thursday, we are going to see some severe weather popping in with a 60% chance of rain, so make sure you do the appropriate actions to keep yourself safe. That's all I have for full weather. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Cade. So, Bella, I have a very burning question. You like jazz?
You know what? I don't know how you knew that, but I love jazz.
I had a feeling that might be the case. Well, our seen and heard anchor, Allie Horton, found the jackpot of all things jazz. Allie?
So, Grant and Bella, if you really like live music or arts and crafts, this weekend is for you. The Denton Arts and Jazz Festival is happening at Quakertown Park beginning tomorrow. I went ahead and took a deeper look into what fun things this festival has to offer.
You don't have plans this weekend? I have just the thing for you. The Denton Arts and Jazz Festival is happening this weekend, October 6th through the 8th. Come and see some fantastic music performances, art pieces, and get your face painted. This one-of-a-kind family-friendly event has something for everyone. I talked to one of the festival performers to get a deeper look into what Denton is all about.
My name is Valerie Corona. The name of our company is Zara Belly Dance. We're performing on Saturday at 3:30 on the festival stage. So about a year ago, we performed at this festival. It was my first performance, and it is one of our biggest crowds too. So it was pretty scary. So I know there's a bunch of performers around the Metroplex. It's a bunch of dance companies. It's a bunch of artists who sing, and it's like a fair almost. They have a lot of face painting, a lot of food, and it was pretty fun. I walked around and I liked it. So.
Make your way on over to Denton's beautiful Quakertown Park and facilities for a weekend to be remembered. Look out for performances from all 5 stages. One is even made up of UNT's very own College of Music. More information can be found at www.dentonjazzfest.com.
Well, I guess I know what I'll be doing this weekend. Make sure to bring your friends, families, and coworkers for a weekend to be remembered. With October just beginning, events at UNT are just now kicking off first week of October, has UNT starting off strong with Bears and Scares. ntTV's nightly news reporter Eva Caldera has more information. Eva?
Thanks, Allie. If you're not up for going to a haunted house, UPC is hosting the perfect event for you. This event is called Bears and Scares and is being held in the Emerald Ballroom in room 314. Bears and Scares is an event where students here at UNT participate in stuffing and customizing a stuffed bear. Bears and Scares starts at 6 p.m. and ends at 8 p.m. As always, this event is completely free. However, unfortunately, tickets are sold out, but this event will come back next semester. That's all I have for tonight. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Eva. I love your little bear. Now up next, Taylor Swift is filling the blank space with an economic boom.
And a Frisco gymnast might have the chance to make the Olympic team.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Despite this cruel summer we've had, Taylor Swift seems to have been ready for it, as analysts are saying that she is booming the U.S. economy. These same analysts seem to be calling this phenomenon Swiftonomics. CNN's Cole Higgins has more on this Swiftastic story.
From the Eras Tour to movie screens across the country and now to the NFL world, Taylor Swift is boosting the U.S. economy, with some analysts coining the effect Swiftonomics.
I've been writing about Swiftonomics for almost a year now, ever since she announced the Eras Tour, and it seems like there is always something new to say.
This week, Cinemark announcing ticket sales for Swift's 3-hour concert film are setting pre-sale records. Beyonce plans to do the same with her Renaissance World Tour, as both stars position themselves to pull movie theaters out of writers' strike doldrums. And analysts say, as eager fans spend money to see both stars, it's highlighting women's economic impact.
When you think about the impact of Beyonce and Taylor Swift both, every city they go to is seeing an economic bump because women are staying in hotels. Remote working is allowing that. They're going to the hair salon. They're buying outfits on Amazon or wherever to get together.
The Eras Tour alone could be considered a $5 billion GDP type tour. That's according to Sanjay Sharma, adjunct professor of finance at the University of Southern California, who says adding it all up is hard, but says the money stays in the U.S. and supports local economies.
It's a new phenomenon. It's not even compared. Super Bowl doesn't compare to this.
Meanwhile, Swift's rumored new relationship with NFL star Travis Kelce is breaking NFL viewership records and generating lots of buzz as the Taylor Swift effect spreads to football.
Now it's NFL sales, it's a jersey sales. So it seems like at the end of the day, the big winner here is the U.S. economy and consumer spending.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
You might be aware that there are a lot of people moving to Texas, but did you know that Austin is the latest hotspot for retirement? That's right. The live music capital of the world is seeing more and more retirees decide to settle down there. According to Moody's Analytics, between 2010 and 2020, the number of adults over the age of 64 doubled. The city of Austin is known for its low cost of living, as well as its music, outdoor festivals, nightlife, and its younger population. Other U.S. cities, though, are also finding an uptick of retirees coming their way, such as Houston, Atlanta, Colorado Springs, Boise, Idaho, Dallas, and many more.
With Austin being a hotspot for retirement, Frisco shines bright as one of their own wins gold. Simone Biles led the U.S. women's gymnastics teams to victory yesterday. They won their 7th consecutive world title at the Artistic Gymnastics World Championship. Frisco native Sky Blakely helped them along the way, competing on the uneven bars after being injured during the 2021 Olympic trials. She has bounced back in first place. Blakely hopes to make the 2024 Paris Olympic team next year in June, and I'm sure Frisco is cheering her on.
Fan. But I'm pretty excited to see the Rangers in the playoffs again.
Me too. The last time they were in the playoffs, I was a freshman in high school, so I am thrilled.
If anything, I'm surprised it's taken that long. Let's see what our sports anchor Sebastian Nava has to say about that. Sebastian?
That's right, guys. With all this winning going on, all eyes are on DFW. We'll talk all about the Rangers playoff run, UNT basketball on the main stage, and women's rugby right here on campus. Don't go anywhere. Yesterday, the Texas Rangers completed their sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays to secure their spot in the American League Divisional Series for the first time since 2016. The Rangers won doing what they do best, and that's hitting home runs and putting runs on the scoreboard. Rangers rookie sensation Evan Carter led the way for the Rangers with a 2-run home run, driving in fellow rookie phenom Josh Young. The Rangers offense stung the Rays, with 6 Rangers picking up an RBI. Nathan Eovaldi set the tone from the mound yesterday, throwing 8 strikeouts and allowing only 1 run in 6 2/3 of an inning. The Rangers will look to keep the champagne popping this weekend as they begin their ALDS series on Saturday at noon in Baltimore against the #1 seeded Orioles. Now, with the Mean Green's men's basketball team entering the American Conference as defending NIT champs, all eyes will be on UNT. ESPN will be getting in on the action as the network plans on airing 11 of the program's games on the network's linear channels, which includes ESPNU, ESPN2, and ESPN. The games will begin with the Shriners Children's Hospital Charleston Classic Tournament from November 16th to 19th. The list of games on ESPN networks will include 5 home games against conference opponents such as Tulane, Temple, SMU, UAB, and UTSA. UNT will also be playing on ESPN networks on the road against Wichita State, Florida Atlantic, and SMU. And all UNT home games will be played on ESPN Plus, and they could also be heard on the Mean Green Sports Radio Network. Now, with all the rec sports programs here at UNT, one of the many things you could do on campus is women's rugby. ntTV's Jalen Tucker went with the UNT women's rugby team to find out why it's so special.
What makes UNT so special? The recreational sports and clubs they have to offer to students of all kinds. I had the opportunity to speak to the women's rugby club coach and a few players that are on the team.
Hi, my name is Jared Ambrose. I've been coaching the UNT women's team for the past 4 years. I've actually been playing for about a decade now. I started off over at Allen High School, played a little bit at UNT for 2 years, and then after graduating started coaching these girls over here.
Hello, my name is Mia Sellers. I'm the vice president and one of the senior players here on the women's rugby team.
My name is Kaylee. I am a junior and I joined rugby last year at the end of the school year.
My name is Hayden Tornblum. I've been part of the rugby club. This will be my 2nd year.
I actually play water polo here, and one of my friends on the team said that I should come try rugby. So I came out to a practice, and I've been playing since then.
It's not like any sport that I've ever played before, so it's presented a very new challenge. My whole life I've done sports. I played soccer for 10 years, played volleyball, basketball, softball, and it's unique, and I love the community. Everyone is super nice, super supportive, and there's a place for everybody on every team.
My biggest advice is try it and stick with it. Sometimes you don't like stuff at the beginning, but once you push past that, you continue getting to know people, you fall in love with it. So
just don't be afraid to try something new. Like sports like rugby can be very intimidating because of the high, contact that we have. But there's rules in place for everything in every sport and every club that will keep you safe and will let you have fun and build these connections.
Just do it. Like, bite the bullet and do it, because for me, I would have been here earlier if I wasn't debating of like, do I have time? Is it gonna fit? Am I gonna like it? Just do it, because there's so many opportunities, more than we even know, in college. And so taking that chance and making that decision to just come out here and check it out and play, which you should come play, is like one of the best decisions ever, because it makes your quality of life in college so much better, and it adds to your experience.
Now, if you want to keep up with the UNT Women's Rugby team, make sure to follow them on Instagram at UNT Women's Rugby. Now, that's all I have for this sports segment. Back to y'all at the desk.
Now, Grant, have you ever heard of Fat Bear Week?
Wait, that's a thing?
Yes, it is, and it's my favorite time of the year, and let me tell you all about it. Fat Bear Week is an online contest run by Katami National Park up in Alaska, where people get to vote on the fattest bear that year. There are 12 bears for this year's lineup, and voting will end on the 10th. My personal favorite and multi-year champion is Otis the Bear. Just look at how fat he is. Now, if you want to participate, go to explore.org and vote for your favorite fat bear.
I did not know this existed, but I will be participating from now on.
Now let's head back to our live shot, Eva Caldera, and see what's going on at the Union.